Hi, everyone. I am Elizabeth Porter with Language with the Five Senses Education, and I want to show you a really fun way to engage your students in the classroom and bring the world into your classroom. So this is a country study on Senegal. I just came back from Senegal, and this is going to be part of our global classrooms curriculum that we are going to be launching with our Global Classrooms program starting in 2022. And so this is an activity called Voyage au Sénégal. There is an English version also of this in this packet that I'm going to show you. And it is meant to be fully adaptable. It is meant to be used with English language learners, with French language learners, with native English speakers, and with native French speakers. So it's a way that we can adapt, bring the world into our classroom, and use it with a wide variety of different student populations and student audiences and language levels and all sorts of different student needs. So I'm going to start this. This is the place where you can find the access to the Google Classrooms, and this is, the Google Earth presentations, and then this is also the instructions. This is also going to go on the blog. So we start out, and what the students are doing is they are going to start by doing the Google Earth travel experience to Senegal, and they're going to place on this map all of the places that are on the Google Earth travel experience that's already been made. And then when they create their own travel experience, then they're going to go ahead and put their travel experience on here and trace their route. So they can kind of see where in the country it is for the things that they're going to visit. Here there is a list of different sites that are in Senegal that are popular to see. So this gives them kind of an idea, but then we want them to also research their own sites that they want to see. Maybe look up some different things that aren't on the list or things that they're interested in. This gives them a chance to use Google to research and find things that kind of match with their interests. And then here we have some questions to consider when they're talking about, their trip. During which dates did you go? Did you try some new and different foods? This is an opportunity for them to even maybe cook some different foods and try to make some things that they want to try. So this is a great experience for that. And then we have a little dictionary that helps them with vocabulary and verbs that they can use in their projects. So when you do this, you can either have them go through the Google Earth travel experience that has already been created on their own, or you can do it as a conversation with them. You can do it as a talk, a CI talk. I've done it that way, or just present it to them, ask them questions. There's lots of different ways to do that. So then here's the English version of this. So it's the same thing, different ideas of places. And then here is the presentation. So I like to give students a choice when they're working on how they want to present something. We've got some students who really like Google Earth and want to use Google Earth. And so I give them that choice to do their own in Google Earth. They can do Google Slides. They can do poster board. I have my son, who I homeschool, he loves to make poster boards, loves it. So I let him do the triple poster boards for that. So he also loves to make videos. So we have some kids that are super talented at video creation and video editing. And so I say, give them a choice on how they want to present this. And then we give them a checklist here that shows them, this is what needs to happen, and a rubric that shows them these are the standards for the project. This is what we expect from you in order to get an exemplary and intermediate novice score on this project. And then I always have them do an activity reflection, which asks them to reflect on their work, their effort, give feedback. What would have made it easier for them? What would have made it harder for them? Just things that, feedback for me so that I know, what worked this time, what didn't work this time, what do I need to adjust for certain students? And so this is a really quite adaptable as a project for students. And it's a great way, like I said, to bring the world into your classroom. In the other video that explains about how to use Google Earth, I explained that, I put my own pictures and videos from my trip to Senegal into this Google Earth presentation. I'm going to be creating one for Morocco. I created one for Seattle that I presented to the students in Senegal. They absolutely loved it. They thought it was super fun. And it gave them an idea of how far we really are from Dakar in Washington State. So they really, really enjoyed that. And I just really think that this is an excellent way to represent all of your students. So you can do this with Indigenous nations or, Native American reservation land. You can do this with different UNESCO heritage sites. You can do this with pretty much anything. This is a great tool, Google Earth is, for this. Now, the one thing that I'm really excited about is that there are some new virtual reality things that are coming out that are going to be really exciting for taking students to experience different places around the world. I'm so excited for that. I want to be on the cutting edge of those virtual reality experiences because I think that's going to be great. And of course, if you have the privilege of traveling with your students like I do, I have them do this type of a thing and present their real actual trips to the community. So this is just one way that you can bring the world into your classroom and have your students experience the world. And of course, it's so important that if you have your own experiences to put them in here too, because your students are going to respond more to the things that you have experienced, that you've put in there, the videos you've taken, the pictures that you've taken, rather than what gets pulled off Google. So I encourage you to try this. If you do, please let me know. And thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.